What is going on, guys? And welcome to episode number 20. I can hardly believe it. So I'm sure y'all can hardly believe it. But, dude, we are on episode number episode number 20. We're coming to you live from Swing City Golf here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Big shout out to them for having me out today. And this episode's brought to you by none other than Swing City Golf, guys. If you're looking for a place to work on your game, improve your stats, track your stats, get better at golf, but also want a place that's family friendly, got a full bar, got a full menu, you can bring the kids and wife and still have a great time. Look no further than Swing City right here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. This is the place to get right. Their memberships, they've got a membership for everybody. They've got anywhere from like 20, 30 bucks a month all the way up to 100. Me personally, I got the $100 a month membership. It's what works best for me and as much as I play golf. But for you, it might be something else. So come check them out. Tell them From the Bunker sent you. Get the membership that works for you, or you can just book some tee times and pay by the hour. But I would highly recommend the membership. You get a lot of bang for your buck. And while we're here, look at this, guys. I want to show you all this. I've already dug into it because I did a Feed Josh episode 2312, but I've got this buffalo mac and cheese right here, dude. It is absolutely phenomenal. It's loaded up. Y'all make sure to come check out Swing City Golf. I'm in the VIP room right now, guys. It's absolutely beautiful in here. You got couches, you got your own private room, you got the oversized sim, you got 2 putting holes, so you can even practice putting in here. And what I was doing was I was showing you guys this absolutely incredible buffalo mac and cheese. I'll be having an episode coming out on it, but it is phenomenal. I'm telling you, just absolutely great. Loaded up with chicken. Listen, guys, they've got every membership or any membership level that is good for your budget. They've got it here. Check them out. Swing City Golf, Bowling Green, Kentucky. Let them know that I sent you. Man, this is the place to be. I'm just telling you. If you haven't been here, you got to check it out. So big shout out to Swing City. And our guest today is actually the general manager here at Swing City, Mr. John. Super excited to have him on. We only have him on for a brief time. We couldn't get our schedules to line up right to get a lot of time out of him, but I'm going to bring him back on. If you guys like what you hear, I'm going to bring him back on for his full story. He's got an incredible golf journey story. But let's get into a little bit of it. Guys, we've had a epic weekend of golf. First, let me tell you about my weekend. It was my birthday this past weekend. We went to the Peninsula Golf Resort here in Kentucky. It is Lancaster, Kentucky, where this place is. Heat Die Design, which just happened that they were playing the Players this week on the PGA Tour. Heat Die Design course, one of his legendary courses, and then I was able to go to a Heat Die Design. We got there Friday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Me, my cousin Drake, my cousin Wyatt, my buddy David from Dysfunctional Golf, and his wife, and then me and Nicole. We got there around 2 o'clock on Friday. We played 18 Friday, stayed the night there in one of the villas. The villas are absolutely incredible. Then we got up Saturday morning and played another 18 before leaving. Guys, if you're anywhere near here or you're looking for a place to plan a amazing golf trip, I highly recommend the Peninsula. It's kind of a hidden gem. Not a lot of people know about it, but if you know about it, you go multiple times a year because it's absolutely phenomenal. And the prices are also absolutely phenomenal. So, shout out, no free shout out to Peninsula in Lancaster, Kentucky, Pete Dye Design. Go check them out, dude. Absolutely amazing place. We had a absolute blast. It was definitely a birthday that I'll never forget, and I appreciate everybody that was a part of it, and I appreciate the Peninsula for having us out. As always, guys, this episode is also brought to you by Ford Golf Apparel. Now, you see I've got the white or the black and white patch hat on. Guys, we got some big things cooking over at Ford Golf. Let me just tell you. New drops coming soon. Possibly some From the Bunker limited drops coming soon. So y'all stay tuned for those. However, head over to 4golfapparel.com, guys. If you want quality gear for an affordable price like I like, head over to 4golfapparel.com. Use code FTB80 at checkout. Get 15% off your entire order. Biggest discount in the game. Whether it's on sale, whether it's not on sale, whatever, your entire cart gets 15% off right now for a limited time. If you spend over $50 and use our code, he'll throw you in a free mystery hat, one of the 4Golf hats, just randomly throw it in your box. Also, if you spend over $75 anytime, you get free shipping on your order. So y'all make sure to head over to 4golfapparel.com. Use code FTB80 and get you some fire gear. The 2026 season is coming up, and you need to look good on the course, and there's no other place than 4Golf Apparel. Let's talk about the Players' Championship this weekend. Man, was that a epic event to watch. What a fun weekend of golf. The Players is one of my favorite tournaments. It's always right around my birthday. One of my favorite tournaments to watch. Pete Dye's TPC Sawgrass, one of my favorite courses. So, let's talk about it. I mean, going into Sunday, I kind of thought Mr. Swede, I can't say his name very well, but I'll try, Lukic Aberd, he can't handle the pressure. The kid crumbled under pressure. I mean, absolutely crumbled. He shot +4 on the final day and wind up finish fifth, tied for fifth. But if he did not shoot that +4 on the final day, if he would have even shot even, he would have been tied with Cameron Young, who won the event. He would have been tied with him and forced a playoff. So he crumbles under pressure. Cameron Young, though, gets his first win of the year. I think it's going to be a big year for Cam Young. He is a absolute menace on the golf course. Finishes 13 under to win it. Second place was Matt Fitzpatrick, who also a couple putts fall his way, couple things done differently, he would have won as well. And then our boy Xander's playing really well. He finished third. He's been in a lot of top 10s so far this year, so expect some big things out of Xander this year. Super fun to watch right now. We've got some of the great, names in golf playing really, really well. And got to mention Justin Thomas. I mean, what a absolute performance he put on just coming off of a back surgery. He gets top 10, ties for 8th at 8 under. What an amazing weekend of golf on the PGA Tour. Like I said, the Players' Championship, the 5th major, is one of my favorite tournaments to watch. So incredible, incredible golf. I didn't get to watch as much of it as I'd like to because I was out of town for 2 days, but what an event. I did get to catch a bit of it Sunday, and it was super, super cool. I'm so happy for Cam Young. Wish that I could pause at the top of my swing like he does, but I can't. Let's talk about the Live side of things real quick, guys. Live Singapore was this week. Our boy Bryson gets the dub. Bryson wins his 4th Live solo title. He finishes -14, wins in a playoff. And all this happened while we were asleep, guys. Every bit of it happened while we were sleeping. So that's my one complaint about Live is, man, it's just hard to watch, man. Hell, what am I supposed to do? Stay up all night and watch golf and then stay up all day to watch the PGA Tour? Like, it's hard. They played overnight. They were in, a different country, Singapore, and it was like during the day over there is nighttime here. So, nobody really even seen it. You wake up to finding out that Bryson won. So, I love the fact that they take it kind of on a worldwide tour, but I just hate the way that they air it. Like, honestly, they should pre-record it or something. I don't know, but doing it the way they're doing it right now, I just find it hard that, for people to watch it. So that would be my one complaint there. But moving on, congrats to Bryson DeChambeau for winning Live Singapore. TGL, guys. Today is Tuesday when I'm filming this here at Swing City Golf and Bowling Green. Come check them out. TGL playoffs start tonight. We've got Atlanta versus LA, which Atlanta is Cantlay, Billy Horschel, Chris Goddard. LA, you got Rosie, you got Tommy Fleetwood. Those two teams play tonight. Also, Jupiter and Boston, I believe, also play tonight. If not, they play tomorrow night. But, you got Tiger's team and Jupiter, Roy's team in Boston. So I'm a big Jupiter fan, rooting for Max Homa, Akshay, Kevin Kisner, Tiger. I'm rooting for them boys as much as I love Keegan can't root for Rory McIlroy. So TGL coming up on the end of its season, second season, and we got the women's to look forward to next year or later this year. I don't know how they're going to do it, but super excited to watch the playoffs tonight, see what happens. Hopefully the Tigers team can pull out something and take it to the championship. Guys, like I said, this is a short one this week. We've got some great guests lined up. Filming a couple this week, filming a couple this weekend, filming a couple next week. Got some really great guests lined up that y'all are going to absolutely love. Some of them you're going to be absolutely blown away that they're going to come on from the podcast, but we got some great things in store. Just going to keep getting better and better. Can't believe this is episode 20 from, if you go back and watch the first episode, I mean, I was in auto tune to now with the quality that we were able to put out for you guys every week. Man, it's surreal to look back on. Can't believe that we've been doing this for pretty much 20 consecutive weeks. I took 1 week off in the last 21 weeks. So pretty damn cool to be here. It wouldn't happen without you guys watching it, liking it, commenting on it, all that. So if you haven't yet, make sure to hit that like button for me, hit that subscribe button for me, share this with a friend, tell them about it. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers on YouTube right now. So y'all make sure to do that. Go follow us on one of your podcast forms as well, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon. Even if you don't listen on there, go show us a little bit of love on there. We appreciate all the support, and it doesn't happen without you guys supporting it. So thank you so much. And I hope you enjoy this quick interview with the general manager here at Swing City Golf, touching on his golf journey and talking about Swing City. And if you do like it, make sure you drop a like and a comment. That way we know to get him on for his full story. And we will see you guys next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Thanks so much. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 20 of From the Bunker. I've got a very special guest today, our first live in-person guest ever, Mr. John. And this one's a little different because, you know, we've got someone that not just in the golf world, but someone who is helping build it locally in a big way. We've got John in the building, general manager of Swing City right here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. You guys have heard me talk about them. One of the nice simulators in the city, powered by TrackMan Tech. But what I love about this episode, guys, is it isn't just a golf story. It's a journey from a small island outside of Buffalo to grinding in the game to now running one of the dopest golf facilities around. John, I appreciate you coming on, buddy.
Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it, bud.
Yes, sir. So we'll get started real quick. Let's rewind things a little bit. Tell me about growing up on Grand Island in New York and paint that picture for people.
Small island, man. It's a small island place. There's not much to do on Grand Island. It was we spent a lot of time golfing. Let's just put it like that. Golf sports is a main hobby for everybody to do and get into. And for most of us, we stayed out of trouble for the most part. Here we are now and running a pretty big facility in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Absolutely. Now, I've seen somewhere that you may or may not have beat Brooks Koepka or lost to him by a point. Tell me a little bit about that.
Let's go to a amateur tournament a long time ago. I flipped through some of the old programs I played. I played in a couple of big amateur events called the Porter Cup, particularly, 2009, 2010, somewhere around there. And, it is in print. I did finish one shot behind Brooks Koepka in an actual event way back when. So I guess that's my claim to fame there. It was a multiple day event as well. So I had to keep it together. I had to keep it together longer than a day.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome, dude. That's super cool. Tell me a little bit about the Porter Cup. What exactly is that for people that don't know? And is that an amateur event, a high school event?
World Cup is an amateur event open to the top amateurs in the world. Now, with me being a local guy, the tournament takes place in Lewiston, New York. Grand Island's about 15 minutes up the road. The local qualifier is available every year, which is the best part of having that big of an event there. It attracts, it's kind of lost a little bit of steam, but it attracted, like, Tiger Woods has played in it. Phil Mickelson's played in it, and you can go on and on. Brian Harmon has the scoring record for the tournament, or he did up till a couple of years ago. So that's pretty neat. Brian Harmon's on tour doing his thing. He's got a major under his belt, I think. But yeah, so it's pretty wild to see the amount of people, the amount of amateurs that come through that event. Also, it's a big stroke play. It's a big 4-day stroke play event, so every shot counts. You're either invited or you're qualified to play in it. One or the other. I was lucky enough to be a local qualifier. Shot 67 that day, still trying to figure out how, but I blacked out and then all of a sudden I'm at the top of the leaderboards. But yeah, with that event, that's a main staple of something I always tried to aim for my first couple of years of, getting into high competitive amateur golf. That was a big one.
Love that. Love that. Hey, by the way, want to, give John a shout out for being our first in-person guest. Had to hook him up with some Four Golf apparel. So John,
Nice.
for being my first in-person guest, got you a little Four Golf apparel hat there. We appreciate Four Golf apparel and Swing City, for supporting the podcast. Let's talk about the grind. You spent 10 years bartending at the Riverstone Grill. How did that come into life?
Bartending's always it's a people profession. You get out there and once you learn how to pour a drink at jobs like that, they kind of snowball a little bit. You go with the people and it frees up in daytime is what it does. So it freed up a lot of daytime. It was always a second job that I had. It was just something that, was always put a couple extra dollars in my pocket, but you meet people, you
Yep.
meet people. You get to market yourself that way. And Riverstone Grill just happened to be on Man vs. Food a bunch of years ago. So we attracted some national TV and to a place called Grand Island, New York, and there it went.
That's super cool. I've seen that here that it was on Men's versus Food. That's super cool. Now, during that time you were, chasing golf seriously. Was that kind of why you went into bartending? That so you had your days wide open to go chase the golf dream?
I wish that I could say that it correlated, but it was one of them things that I was offered a spot, and again, like I said, when stuff got a little slow on one weekend, that was always the bartending always kind of picked up the pieces. Layoffs happened at General Motors. I was there for 8 years. That sort of stuff happens, but that was always a staple. The bartending was always kind of a second job staple in what I did. Again, a great way to meet people. Early morning tea times are configured at 2 o'clock in the morning at a bar. I promise you that, even though it shouldn't be, but that's how it goes.
I
So,
heard that. Now, back in 2014, John, you became a PGA apprentice. What led to that decision?
sir, just one of them things. Playing golf at my club I belonged to, made the turn, and the head pro said, "John, I heard you might be interested in getting your feet wet with this business." And I really didn't take it seriously at the time until we discussed it. I liked the idea, and then pretty much I had another year left at General Motors from there, and I quit to go on the golf pro run there. It's it's not the easiest thing to go into, but it's rewarding if you get to the end. From what I hear, I almost made it to the end. I was still technically an apprentice, but I got to go to golf school one year at Port St. Lucie, see what that was all about. Uh, and then real world kind of happened real quick after that. We moved to Bowling Green, Kentucky here not too long after all my PGA stuff started.
Now, during that time, you made $10,000 in earnings. I mean, what does that mean to you, and what does that say about your golf game?
It's neat to get paid. It's neat to get a paycheck from the PGA. It's a big, getting that first paycheck in the mail, from the PGA of America with that crest and that stamp on it meant a ton. I mean, it was a lot of work, put in. Granted, I didn't make a ton of money, but I got to play in some events. I play with some guys that are now on tour, in events that, again, you got to be invited, or, you got to be, again, have the pro card or that stamp with you. It gets you into a lot of these pro-ams and, as a PGA, Western New York PGA assistant events, that sort of stuff. But it's pretty neat get paychecks from the PGA.
Oh, I guarantee it. That's super cool. Let's fast forward now to where we're at today. We're in the beautiful VIP room here at Swing City Golf, which you are the general manager here, and how I got to meet you. But tell us, how did the opportunity come about to run this beautiful facility here in Bowling Green?
I don't want to say, a little bit by chance, a little bit by, knowing the right person, I'd say, but it's a past. This place is a great way to put together my past experiences with life.
Yeah.
I've never actually ran a place like this from head to toe, especially a place that's brand new and from the ground up. So again, I put my bartending, my food abilities, and again, a huge thing is the golf. I mean, I could put everything that I've done with golf now into something more that, we've got TrackMan here. You could create a golf swing by the numbers, which is kind of the best part. The data points that TrackMan gives you, you could just, yeah, I mean, you could create a golf swing from nothing based off of, numbers they put on the screen. And I think that's the biggest, it's pretty fun. It's
Yeah.
pretty fun getting people in here. And I mean, the technology that TrackMan offers is just amazing.
Yeah, that's what I tell people all the time when I'm talking about this place, John, is I tell them, look, if you're trying to take your game seriously and you want to improve your game and get real feedback, real numbers, this is the place to be at. How important is the TrackMan experience when you're coming to a simulator? How important is it to have that level of tech that the PGA Tour and the Live Tour use on a daily basis?
TrackMan pretty much it's the one of one. I feel with simulators with indoor golf. TrackMan brings that name. First of all, it brings that name. On top of it, the technology with what it does is second to none. I mean, it makes the experience here. I mean, it's you hear about other simulator places, and I'm sure that they're great and they offer their own look and their own different ways of getting into the golf world. But again, TrackMan sells itself almost. You hear TrackMan, and you're almost willing to, every guy on tour's got a portable unit that they take with them. I promise. It goes with them wherever they go to the driving range, and then it goes right back in that bag after. It comes out every session that they have. It just, again, it sells itself. We have TrackMan. People are like, "This is amazing. Let's go." And yeah, we just provide the experience of offering the service experience to it. We've got a great little bar. We've got a nice little kitchen here. TrackMan is what gets them in the door. TrackMan lines them up for us, and we knock them down.
I heard that. Yeah, that's what I try to tell people is, what separates this place, in my opinion, is it's a place that you can bring the whole family. You don't have to worry about just bringing yourself. They have a full menu. They've got a full bar. They've got, the TrackMan technology. So you can come here, work on your game, but you can also bring the wife and kids. They got a kids menu. They get kids involved. They got games on here that the kids can play to learn golf. Like this place really is a different vibe. Like you said, there's other places. We're sure they're great too. If you're really looking for a all around place and you want to take your game seriously, there's no other place to step into than Swing City, and it's ran by a great guy, owned by great people, and they'll really take care of you. And I appreciate you guys
100%.
having me around.
Absolutely. Love to have any guys in here. Anybody comes in here, plays golf. I mean, like Josh said, it's for anybody. I get my 6-year-old daughter in here. I'm starting to get her into it. It's a process, but we're getting there. Set her up on a game. She's good to go for 15, 20 minutes, as long as that attention span will keep her. So
I heard that. I know you don't have much time left, so let's run through some rapid fire from the bunker real quick. Best round of your life.
64, 8 under par.
That's beautiful. Toughest course that you've ever played.
Kiowa, where Phil Mickelson won his last major over a few years ago. Kiowa Island, by far from the tips, is the hardest course.
Wow, that's awesome. Favorite course that you've ever played.
My favorite, just because it's an original course that I love to play. I have a ton of good rounds there. A place called Niagara Country Club, Lewiston, New York, home of the Porter Cups.
Love that. Dream foursome, you and 3 other guys.
We'll go Tiger, we'll go Jack, and we'll throw my dad in there.
That's beautiful. I love that. One swing thought that you always go back to.
Hell, get up there, trust what you've learned, let the club do the work, and take that nice big inhale, exhale before you rip that club. But let your past experiences do what it's trained you to do up to this point.
Now, think hard about this one because you are in Bowling Green, Kentucky now, but beer or bourbon after a round?
Bourbon now. It's a bourbon thing now. Back home, we're definitely a beer. Buffalo, New York's definitely more beer. This is the bourbon capital, so bourbon.
Now, tell us real quick, if somebody's wanting to come spend some time here at Swing City, how do they go about that process? Do they call? Do they go online? Tell them how to get involved to come here and play.
Guys, check out the website first, swingcitygolfbg.com. Get you everything, gives you an overhaul of the entire building, breaks down everything we have for you. That's going to be my first recommendation. If you guys have any questions based off of that, please give us a call. But you can get a tee time from the website. And if you're not sure about anything, just call us. We will pencil you into the book here as well. But we want to use our capabilities on the website and YGB and what our booking platform does for us. So
Love that. Last one for you, John. I'll let you go to work. Final message to golfers chasing their dream.
man, have fun. You're not going to be on tour. If you're comfy with your game, there's always ways to, if you're comfy with your game, that's amazing. There's always ways to clean up some little parts here and there, but just don't take it too seriously. All right. Golf tends to, it's all on you as an individual. It's a game. Okay. Is what it is. Don't take it too seriously until you're getting paid to do it. Have fun.
Love that. You guys make sure to check out Swain City Golf. This was episode 20 of From the Bunker. We appreciate you. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, Josh.